Early in my career, spent a lot of time moving steel mills from the United States to places like China, Indonesia, Korea, and really just knew that that wasn't right and had an opportunity to come back and help local manufacturing grow. And so really that's been the passion, is to try to make it a better place for the next generation. Everybody back in the day had some sort of a horror story. You know, hear of robots that turned into clothes racks and things like that, similar to, you know, the exercise equipment in your house.
A lot of technology-founded companies, they have trouble finding out where they actually fit in a marketplace or in an application, or how they meet the requirements of a customer. And that's why 9 out of 10 ventures actually fail.
It's really hard for small companies, I think especially, to hire people because they don't have the in-house recruiters, they don't have the social media presence, and they're looking for relatives and friends because that's really where their network comes from. And if they lose one person, that's 10% of their workforce. Yeah, it's a lot of it's conversation. You start with that. Where are we trying to go? How many pieces, parts are we making? What do they need today? What do they think they'll need tomorrow? And then we try to find a solution that works best for them.
We're a studio.
A studio?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's a corporate venture studio. It's market driven. It's customer driven. So you get to learn a customer's problem before you actually start designing the solution. And what that does is that helps ensure product market fit from the very beginning. So we had someone say, when operators are working at their workstation, one of the things that they're responsible for, if something's going wrong, if there's a fire, if the machine's not running as it's been configured, you probably know the concept, you hit an e-stop, right? There are times where you just have to really intervene and stop. But operators will wander from their stations, right? They either have to be looking up and down the line, or quite simply, they take a restroom break. And so someone says, we need an autonomous e-stop button. We need a smarter e-stop button. We looked at that, and it is a need within the marketplace. But when you start looking at the business model, if you're building a physical device that has autonomous capabilities and maybe some biometrics built in, we did not necessarily see the type of market opportunity, for that product category. But in having those interviews, we found something much better. And we're actually working on a solution to be able to assist operators in the jobs that they have to do to be able to scale what they do, to give them greater capacity. And as one person said, no one's going to be 100% undistracted in their job. And so we're just providing tools to those operators to be able to help the managers be able to ensure greater throughput, less downtime, higher capacity. We might think we're going to be building one thing, but we end up building something either entirely different, or we can evolve that concept to truly meet what the market needs.
Yeah, I think everyone realizes they have to do it today. People realize that they can't find people to do the job, so no longer are they afraid to add automation and robotics to their factories. They're welcoming and actually pushing for it. But if you're automated, now you can, maybe if that's even only one shift, now you can add a second shift and have that, that robot kind of keep working. And a lot of times we're putting these in and they do lights out, manufacturing, overnight. They come in and they have a pallet part finished on a pallet on the next day.
There's this mentality called break fix, which is when things break, we'll fix them. We really can get ahead of that. And if we're really going to onshore and bring back manufacturing to the US, we're going to have to start seeding some of these technologies, into our operations, making those investments. We're not going to have to build brand new factories, but I think the break fix mentality is not going to help us long term.
Different people have different mindsets, but for me, I felt like as the leader of the organization, I was blessed and honored that a lot of people had kind of hitched their wagons to our horse, and I owed them to achieve the best I can out of that talent. And so really, a lot of this is just based on they deserve that. Like they deserve to have the best opportunities and the best that I could deliver, because you're blessed with their talents, and it's kind of humbling actually.